Two,
Start
one.
streaming. Okay. And I think we're live. I think that's how this works. Are we live now? We may not be. That'd be a bit embarrassing, wouldn't it?
I think we are live.
This is
I
a
think
this
we
is
are
this
live.
is a unique mixture of the SnappyTech podcast, because I'm going to use this recording as the SnappyTech podcast, and and the Tech and Chill show. I guess it's a nice little hybrid.
Yep, this is definitely a nice little hybrid. So we are live, people. So
Hey,
whoever is coming into the chat, whoever is actually joining this live stream, today is going to be another Tech and Chill episode meets Snappy Tech News podcast with George.
hello.
And this will be the first time my audience will be seeing George on the channel, but I have made many appearances on George's channel and with him, Paul, and many other people. Well, has it been many other people, or is it been mainly me and you?
Well, actually, the last two episodes in a row have just been me and you, because I haven't actually done an episode since your last time on podcast. 'Cause I've been so busy.
Oh man, oh man, the busyness of it all. Razik is in the chats. Hi, say hi to Razik. Let me jump over to your channel as well so I can troll your comment section.
Yeah, I just realized I should probably do that for you. Let me pop out my chat real quick.
See who we can bounce back and forth off, seeing as we'll be Twitter deleted my account.
They did though. That's the thing. It's only kind of clickbait. they got bloody close.
That sounds so legit. I don't know. That sounds so legit funny.
They were like 2 minutes away from actually deleting my account as well. Oh, it was ridiculous. It was.
Oh my days! Oh my days! Oh my days! That is in itself it's hilarious.
Oh man, they really went for it as well. Like they weren't kidding. They were like gunning for my account. They were like, how quickly can we shoot this thing down?
Oh my days! Twitter is. I just, the initial thing that came to me was just pure laughter, and I'm like, this probably isn't a funny situation, but I'm seeing the funny side of it straight away. So.
Oh no, I tried my best to laugh at it as well, because if I hadn't laughed at it, I'd have gone crazy. I can guarantee you that right now. Like, I kind of had no choice but to laugh at it.
We've got Latin in my comment section. Hello, Latin. Razik is, it's my first time in a show like this. Excited. Glad you're excited. Hope your exams went well. Good to have you back in the comment section. So it's been great seeing you in the comment section again, Razik. What do you guys think about the Note 9? So we will talk about anything and everything all in one. But this is a live stream collaboration between me and George from SnappyTech News podcast. And how did we first meet, George? I'll let you actually tell the story to the audience.
Oh man, it was an interesting one. So
yeah,
you may, viewers and listeners at home, may or may not have heard of this little company called Razer. They make like MacBook ripoffs, as far as I can tell.
Be a bit kind. Be a bit kind.
But no, so Razer had their phone launch in London this year. Yeah, earlier this year. And we met there. So we had been invited along, so we went. And what happened was, the actual story, I remember fondly, because I'd noticed that you were filming the phone on a Lumix G7 with the exact same light I have.
Oh yes.
And what happened was I was like really tempted to, like, as I think you like stepped away for a moment. I was like, oh, I should wave at the camera while he's not looking. Like it was like something to that effect. I didn't end up doing it. That was what I wanted to do. So yeah, and then yeah, I won like a Razer mouse. They had like this big like spinning wheel of prizes, and I won like the mouse, and I had no use for it. Like I use an MX Master very happily.
Yeah.
So I was just like, and yeah, Benjamin saw it and was like, "Where'd you get a mouse from?" I was like, "Oh yeah, they were giving stuff away." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Do you want it?" Like, I don't. I have no use for it. He was like, "Oh, okay." So I just gave him the mouse.
I was such a baby about it as well. I was making one of like the Razer reps feel so bad for not being able to get me a mouse. But it's like, oh, but you know, giving you a goodie bag. It's like, no, I want a mouse. I want the mouse.
I it wasn't quite blackmail, but I like blagged myself into getting that. Because what you're supposed to do is you'd get like a card that you had to get stamped. And you had to like do each station once or something like that. And what happened was it was right at the very end. So everyone had already gone, and it was just me, Paul. I think Syndicate had just left. Like, no, Syndicate was in the process of leaving because he was like chatting with all the Razer reps, and you know they all knew who he was and all that jazz. And so like as Syndicate was leaving, me and Paul slid in and we were like, "Hey, so can we spin it?" And they're like, "Oh, you need a stamped thing." And we were like, "Yeah. We've just been like filming all this whole event. We haven't really had the time. Like, come on, like you know, just one spin. You know, like you guys have all this stuff you're gonna have to pack up anyway." And they're like, "Oh, you know what? Screw it, go for it." Paul got like a Paul got a headset, and I got the mouse.
So yeah, the Razer event in London's Science Museum was the first time we actually met, and I was so caught up in just the hype of just being at the first trade show invite and just catching as much B-roll of that product as possible and as much hands-on in the darkest of environments. And yeah, so I literally, my mind was not focused on having the fun that everyone was having with any of the freebies and stuff. So at the end, when it was finished, it was like, I missed out.
What I will say is that's something that Apple have never made a mistake of. And I feel like if I was to own a smartphone company, I like to hope I'd be smarter about this. Yeah. But like every single company, whenever you go to a phone launch, it's always like the dingiest, darkest room with like zero lighting. Or like
zilch.
If there is lighting, it's always like red or some bizarre color because God knows why. Like, oh man.
Yeah, so lots of activities in the chat with mine. So shout out to Tech Time. What's up, bro? What up? Razik, it's my fan up. Everyday Technology. Hi, what's up? What's up, people? Rick Alcoy in the house. Shout out to Rick Alcoy. He's the one that actually made the thumbnail for my side of the Tech and Chill show. So thank you again.
It's very pretty. I will say that.
Yeah, man. Gorgeous. Yeah, man. He's got skills like that. He's got skills like that. Mad skills like that. Shout out to the homie Rick. Expectations for Worldwide Developer Conference tomorrow, WWDC. We can talk about that. Yeah, we can talk about that. My results are tomorrow. Good luck with the results tomorrow, Razik. iOS 12 should be new. How do you feel when you have 0 views and 0 subs? Hey, you start from somewhere, man. Never feel discouraged.
I'm pretty sure I still do. I am almost certain this is one elaborate prank. Like, my mum has been hitting refresh non-stop for the last 5 years. I am almost certain.
Man. Oh man. And also hello to the SnappyTech family. Again, thank you for having me as per usual. It's always a pleasure to join the conversation with you guys and whatever's happening on your side. And the major thing that has actually happened with George and the SnappyTech family is that they've hit a milestone of 200,000 views collectively for the channel and over now. So big congratulations. Next milestone is to definitely help get the SnappyTech family and the podcast team over to 1,000 subscribers and one, so they can start earning that YouTube money, millions and millions and millions of views. But definitely to increase the audience. They do a great job in making sure that they host news and bring that conversation to people and just join the discussion, which I really enjoy. So if you are in this live chat with me at the moment on the Lover of Tech channel, my team tier list, the Tech Lover Squad, everyone check the link in the description below. All of the SnappyTech handles for social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram are all in the description below. Also, make sure that when you do go over to their channel, you know that red button there, hit subscribe and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new content and any new future podcast that is coming from that channel, because most of the time I tend to, you know, appear there. So yeah, definitely go join the SnappyTech family as well. So I wanted to get that out of the way and wish and state congratulations to you, George, and mainly kind of make it about that, just, you know, tech and chill, as the name of the show implies. We just talk tech, we chill out, we engage with the audience and talk whatever topics are on our case. And funny enough, the title on your channel says that I can't even.
Oh my
the
god!
more I
It was,
see
it was,
the
I was
more-
like, how clickbaity can I make this title? And it is technically accurate. I'm just gonna put that out
Oh
there.
my
Before
days!
before we
Oh
get
my
into this
days!
though, real quick, Tech Time wasted no time in subscribing. Got that notification through straight away. That he's
Oh,
subscribed to my
appreciate it.
channel, so thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man. Tom. I always say Tom Tech Time, man. Boston's finest. He's about to hit 1K subscribers soon, man. Your work rate has been absolutely phenomenal. Been enjoying your content. So yeah, man, definitely Tech Time is a great watch. Without a doubt, without a doubt. My Project 13, yes, Tony in the house. 0 is the first number. You have to respect it to go any further. 100%, man, Tony, you said it right. But no one views our content and is undiscovered. Yeah, so you just got to jump on social media and organically engage with the tech audience, and someone will see your content and view it. So definitely. What software do you use to edit your videos? What software do we use to edit our videos, George?
Yeah, so before we hop into Twitter talk, I think it's important to discuss this. So I personally use the Adobe suite.
Oh yeah, same.
Primarily Premiere Pro. I occasionally use After Effects if I want to do something fancy, but 95% of my editing is Premiere.
Yeah. So Premiere Pro, and if people didn't realize that the latest version of Premiere Pro now supports QSV, Quick Sync Video Encoding. So the renders and the final video export times are like almost Final Cut Pro fast now if you're using an Intel-based Core i7 and i5 consumer ones that have the integrated iGPU. So yeah, Adobe for the win. No software is perfect, each to their preference, but we use Adobe Premiere.
There was another question I saw. Oh, that was one. What's your daily driver phone? Mine is actually the P20 Pro.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm still rocking it, and I still love it. The notch is a non-issue. Like all of the apps I use, apart from Snapchat, because it's Snapchat, still doesn't care. But like I have it set up like so it hides the notch, and it's I have it set up to hide the notch, and it's perfect for everything apart from Snapchat.
Apple will tell you to embrace the notch. There's no hiding it.
I refuse to embrace the notch. Especially when it actually makes the phone look better. Like I'd rather have that bezel top and bottom than if I were to.
Man,
let me turn the notch back on.
Shout out to Benobi-Tech in the comment section as well. Just wanted to drop in to say hi. What's up, Benji? Any plans to visit India, guys? Well, boy, we're not even that. I don't know about you, George, but I'm not on box therapy important to be in India at the minute. So pray that we get somewhere where we're able to be that far east in the world.
Yeah, I'm actually probably going to Hong Kong at some point this year, just for a holiday. Like cool. Just to chillax. India is one of the few Asian countries I haven't actually visited, because you might not be aware, I actually lived in Hong Kong for 2 years. Well, 3 years.
Snap.
So like, I've been to most of the Asian countries. India is one of, if not the only one in that area I haven't been to.
Oh, cool. That's crazy. Before we go, I usually do an audio check. How is the audio for me and George at the same time? I'm gonna play a bit of music later on. Nothing that's gonna cause any copyright strikes on both our channels, but just wanted to just get some feedback about the audio. Just let us know in the comment section below if the audio levels for myself and George is coming through a-okay and crispy, because audio is important, and it should also help make sure that the podcast comes out well on the other end. So who else is in here?
It is also
question.
worth mentioning that just super quickly, Twitch already tried to delete my account. I'd rather not have YouTube do that too. So non-copy strikeable music would be nice.
Always non-copyrighted. Always nothing to strike us out. Quick question: what encoder are you guys using? Well, we're using open broadcast software, OBS, and with the encoder, if I'm right or wrong, I'm using the QuickSync encoder. It's using QuickSync, which is using my integrated graphics from my Intel CPU, and then when I'm recording it, it's actually using the NVLink, which is the NVIDIA encoder to actually record. George, is that correct? Does that sound correct?
It might. I'm not
or
100%
blah blah blah?
I'm not 100% sure on what your setup is specifically, but that is roughly what mine is.
Yeah,
So I have two. I actually have two setups. I have one which is software encoding, one which is hardware encoding, depending on how
yeah,
I'm doing it. Because I have hardware encoding for something like this, and then I have software for when I'm doing like gaming, like Twitch, because I need my
yeah, yeah,
graphics
yeah.
card. Um,
Yeah, you need a GPU to be doing all the
yeah.
workhorse. That's why the
Um,
multi-threading with your Ryzen chip works well.
What I highly suggest is if you're doing what I'm doing right now, which is recording and streaming at the same time, or if you're just
Hmm.
recording in general, make sure you set the recording format to something like MKV or FLV. Both of
Rather than
those,
MPEG-4.
yeah, rather than MPEG-4, for one reason alone, and that is
Hmm.
if the recording cuts out, if your computer
Yeah,
dies, or if OBS crashes, you keep all
yeah,
your footage.
yeah.
Um, so I highly suggest you do that. And then on top of that,
Okay.
I suggest MKV over FLV because
Hmm.
MKV supports multiple audio tracks. Um,
Okay. Okay.
so
Okay, that makes sense.
this is something that's good for like use. So it's useless here because
Yeah,
the stream is only picking up the first track, which is both of us combined. But when I
yeah,
go to edit the podcast later, I actually
yeah.
have me talking and you talking isolated onto different tracks.
Okay.
So that I can like if it turns out that I was kind of quiet, I can boost my own volume. If you
Yeah,
had like crackly audio, I can separate that out, and I can
yeah,
edit like our separate audio separately. So
yeah,
MKV tends to be the one I suggest.
yeah. Um, so hopefully that answers your question, Benji. Okay, so my subscribers tell me my voice is not mature enough in my videos, but my animations and roles are top notch. Yeah, your voice is gonna break eventually. You're a young kid, so don't even let that stress you. Just compensate by investing in a good audio microphone and just learn how to do good voiceovers, A roll or B roll. You'll get it. Practice makes perfect. OBS. Oh wow, nice. I use OBS, but I can't get it to work well. I'll DM you a message. We'll set up a video call and I'll help you do it because George had to do that with me
Yeah, it's
via
not
video call
simple.
to make sure. Trust
It's
me,
not
it's
something that
it's
works out of the box.
yeah. We'll set up a video call, Benji, and I'll help you with that. I edit everything on my smartphones using Video Show Pro. That's what I'm saying, Tony. You're the goat. My Project 13 is the goat. He uses a smartphone. Like he uses a smartphone,
Can I just say I do not envy you because I had to edit a video on my Chromebook, and I was in Georgia for like 2 weeks, and like
Bruh.
it was a holiday, right? And I just
Yeah, yeah,
happened to
yeah.
have
I
my
hear that.
camera with me, and like you know how when you like go somewhere you have like all these sparks like pop up of like things you should do,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and like whilst on holiday in Georgia, I was like, oh my god, this would be a really good video. So I so I had my camera with me, so I filmed it on that, and then I had
Yeah,
my laptop with me because I needed to do the podcast. So
yeah,
doing the podcast on it was fine because I just used a Google Hangout. And then it
yeah.
came to like editing a video. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just install whatever and just try. You know, what could possibly go wrong? It was terrible. It was so bad. It was so slow
Oh my
because
days.
it's not even like because the Chromebook has like a quad core processor at like 2 gigahertz or something. Like
Yeah,
it is slower than my phone. Like it would have been quicker just to edit it on my phone. But I wanted that like keyboard and mouse experience that the laptop gave me. It was it
that's
was the it was the stupidest thing I've ever done. Just gonna put that out there.
that is hilarious. That is legit hilarious. Um, speakers. Oh, what the hell? Did
Here
it
you go,
switch to?
boys. Favorite looking phone, past and present. Answer based purely on looks alone. The Z5 by Lenovo looks pretty good. Is that what it's called?
Oh, mate, yeah,
Is that
yeah.
the phone I'm thinking of? It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing some stuff there for sure.
Let me.
And that's the point of discussion, man. There's so much to discuss, which is never a bad thing. I always love that. Just the tech world right now.
That bottom bezel is so tiny.
Yeah.
That is
Cool.
sweet.
Says great. Ben, what are you using to record other guys' video and audio? OBS. Still OBS. I'm 17 and my voice never really cracked. That's not a bad thing. You just have to, no matter how your voice sounds, just make sure that you, in the end, invest in good audio in terms of either a condenser microphone, a shotgun microphone, or good lavalier microphone. And it just wouldn't matter. Oh, I forgot to say shout out to Darren. Darren, what's good, bro? Here you go, boys. Favorite looking phone, past and present, answer based on purely on looks alone. Looks. Did you answer this question already, George?
Yeah. So the Z5.
Yeah, sorry.
That Z5.
Yeah,
that all screen. Like, when we get to that all screen phone, that debate won't even be a debate. However, if I had to like pick a second place, it would have to be that Twilight P20 Pro. Like, something about that color is just
I think the Honor 10's color is better than a P.
Oh, you've lost.
I've seen both. Yeah, and I think the Honor 10's color. But I mean, if I'm thinking of complete looks, and it's so funny, I'm gonna say this, but the Nokia 8 Scirocco, when I saw the Nokia 8 Scirocco when I went to the Carphone warehouse, yeah, wow. The Nokia 8 Scirocco really left an impression. But as in futuristically wise, that Lenovo Z5, we've only seen sketches of it, right? Let's just say we've seen sketches of it.
We've seen leaked renders, like marketing material.
Like, no, but you see, the thing is here, compared to something like, let's just say, the Vivo Apex phone, right? We've actually seen that fully working, right? Or am I wrong?
Let me hear it. It's set to launch like next week, but the marketing material was leaked, so like you can see how it's like supposed to look. If you scroll down through that, I was showing it on my stream, like I was showing people the images.
Okay.
It's like almost all screen, but you can see like the chin on the bottom, which is where the.
Oh no! That's a little chin is fine.
Yeah, calling it a chin, it almost feels like I'm stretching. Like it's not even a chin.
Benji says he's heading out here. Benji,
I sent you the link on Discord.
If I go into Discord, it's gonna not full screen you.
No, but if you like quickly do it, then you have to hope no one notices. That's what I did. I just like unfull screen, send, re-full screen.
Oh man. Let me know if the background music is coming through okay, guys.
I can't hear any music. I'm not sure if it's.
No, you probably wouldn't. Yeah. You probably wouldn't actually. So you'll easily avoid the pain of any possibilities of something going wrong, which it wouldn't. But cool. Yes, actually, let's get to this topic. Let's not let your title die, because we don't want this live stream to be too long, but we want it to be as engaging and stuff. So please let me know, how did Twitter lock you out of your own account? Let's please, like, I need to know this, because when you told me, I couldn't get out of my laughing state to ask you why. I was just more in the laughing state all the way through. Oh man.
For context, real quick, the reason that Benjamin was laughing so hard was because what happened was we'd been like mid-conversation when my account got locked. So like I hadn't noticed until the next day, so I had to shoot Benjamin a DM being like, hey, by the way, if you've messaged my main account, I don't have it anymore. Send me a text message on my phone number instead. And I could tell Benjamin was just like, wait, what? His exact response, let me pull up the exact response.
What the hell?
So, yeah, here it is. This is on the 26th of May. I hadn't had my account for a week.
Oh mate!
I shot him a DM going, if you try DMing my personal account, by the way, it won't work. If you need my attention, the best way to do it would be via text. And then I sent him like the link to my SnappyTech tweet for context, and his reply was just, "Oh right, lol." Like I could tell he was dying. Let me turn on the light. Give me 1 second.
Oh man, that is hilarious. Right, so while I'm waiting for George to turn on the light and come back, guys, thank you for joining tonight's episode of the Tech and Chill Show. We are celebrating Snappy-Tech family's milestone of over 200,000 views collectively on the channel. Currently sitting slightly under 600 subscribers. So definitely whoever is in the live stream, I've been on his show many of times, and the guys over at Snappy-Tech, like George and Paul Stubbers himself, they are fantastic people. Go subscribe to them, show them love, join their community as well. And you'll be seeing more stuff and more collaborations. Again, some of you in the comment section, like Tech Time, my project 13, I'm definitely going to be still working on a collaboration with you guys and get you guys on the show so we can do something together as well. Again, I love you guys, love the engagement that you guys give. I know that there's not been much actual raw videos that have been put out there, but again, I'm in the process of moving and doing other things as well and just sorting out new equipment that's meant to be coming in. Damn, I'm speaking quite fast, but that's just how I speak. That's just how I speak. So, thank you again for joining. Thank you again for joining. We'll be speaking some topics that we have in mind of just rough things that we want to talk about. But the main thing is to get you guys to engage. So fire as many questions, because your questions and your engagement make all the difference in making sure that this show is actually really, really worthwhile and engaging with. So that is the most important thing without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, it's great. It's great. So, George, we've got you back in the picture.
Yeah,
Lighting is looking great.
Real quick, thank you for all the kind words. You're so nice.
Oh man, did I have to?
I don't know. Apparently you did. Like,
well,
I just want it known, but I'm not threatening him in any way. This is just him. Like.
This is those words were sponsored.
This podcast has been brought to you by.
It's been brought to you by kind words of SnappyTech. Right. Who else have we got?
Oh my god! It was.
No, actually, the lights are back on. We're not going to go to whoever is in my channel or yours. You are going to tell the story of Twitter. So we got to the part where it was my reaction, my exact reaction.
So yeah, Benjamin was basically dead at this point. Like he couldn't, he couldn't breathe, as far as I could tell. He needed some like high quality resurrection, which is the reason he's still here. Oh man, it was so basically the reason this happened, which is stupid as far as I'm concerned, but it is what it is. Over the last week and a half, Twitter changed their policies. This is probably triggered by GDPR.
Oh, dear Lord. That thing.
But what they did is they changed their policy where... so it used to be that if you were over the age of 13, you were fine, right? But they changed their policy where you had to be over the age of 13 when your account was created.
Oh, right.
So I actually made my account when I was like 11 or 12, something like that. And so what happened was, now that like they realized, they're like, wait a second, you weren't 13 when you made your account. So they locked my account because I was too young for my account. So I dispute the claim, and they're like, yeah, you need parental permission. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm over 18. I'm 20. I can do whatever I want. So I file a ticket, which it took them like a week to reply to. I just want to point out, like, that ticket was there for like a solid 5 days before I got anything back. And what I got back was, hey, can you send us your ID, like, just as proof? And I was like, yeah, of course. So I sent them my ID to prove who I am, and they go, like, literally after it took them 2 minutes to reply to me sending my ID, even though it took them like 5 days to reply to the first thing. They went, hello, thanks again for getting in touch with us. We have reviewed your materials and have not been able to confirm you meet our age requirements. Your account will remain locked and will be permanently removed from Twitter.
You will be exterminated permanently.
Oh, man. And so at this point, I'm like,
crazy.
At this point, I'm like, this is a joke, right? This can't be real. So I go onto the Twitter subreddit, because I can't complain on Twitter, because, you know, I don't have a Twitter account. And I go to the Twitter subreddit, and it is just people complaining about this issue. Like that is the entirety of a Twitter subreddit. Like everyone, like they called it like I forget what they called it. Let me go to the subreddit to see what it's.
Oh, bro, I'm suffering out here.
They called it
I'm
like
suffering.
Lockgate or something, and it was just like.
Oh, bro, sorry, man. I'm so I don't lock. Yeah. Oh man. So what? Okay, what did it teach you about GDPR, and what's the final outcome? What's the current status right now?
So the current status right now is it turns out when they were like, oh, we're gonna delete your account, I was able to log back into my account. Like I could get in.
Yeah.
Because before that I wasn't able to get in. I just get like your account is locked. So clearly when they file it for deletion, like they have to take out the your account is locked page. So I could get in.
Yeah.
However, I couldn't access my profile. Like I can't go in and like a bunch of like the settings pages weren't working. Like they just like you tried to go to me and be like, whoops, this page doesn't exist, and I'd be like, wait, what? Like they were like to stop me from like doing anything. They'd like to stop me from accessing all the settings. So I go in on my mobile. I go in through the phone app, and I hit like profile, and I get in. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the one. Go into hit edit profile, and I can delete my date of birth off my account. So I just removed my birth date from the account. And so now they don't know how old I am. I could be any age.
Oh, I said this is the most I've laughed on the Tech and Chill show. Mate.
Bro, they know I'm 11 and a half.
Bravo. That's like a touche moment.
Oh,
like, touche. You will never know how old I really am anymore. Ever. It's a mystery.
And because of GDPR, they have to delete it from their database, so they genuinely don't know my age anymore. Joke's on them.
That's the part that I love. Oh, mate. I'm glad I waited for you to tell me the story now because it's organic to my system. Oh, wait. That in itself.
So wait. It gets this story gets better though, because it turns out after I deleted my age, like I started being able to like do stuff again. Because what was really weird was that I had like the shell of an account, in the sense that like when I was logged in and they were like, we're gonna delete your account, like it said the number of tweets I had, but I couldn't view any of them. And I had like no following and no followers, and I couldn't view notifications and all that.
Yeah.
So when I deleted my birthday, it takes like up to 24 hours for me to get all my stuff back. Really quickly, good night to Razik.
Good night, Razik. We'll talk more next time. We'll definitely, me and George will definitely catch up with the conversation. But yeah, if you want to super chat on for free, you don't have to. We will catch up with the comments, but if you do want to see something quickly, feel free to drop a super chat and we'll be able to attend to it straight away. Again, for all the people that have just joined, this is this week's episode of the Tech and Chill Show, live collaboration with George from Snappy-Tech. All the links are in the description below to his channel and his social media handles. Make sure you do go over, subscribe, follow, show love, and also tune in and be part of their community as well. And we are celebrating 200,000 views collectively on his channel. Great milestone to achieve for all the podcasts and the live shows that he does. And the next milestone is to make sure that we get them over to 1,000 subscribers and above, because currently he's sitting slightly below 600, and we want to make sure we do that live soon. So back to what you were talking about.
Yeah.
With Twitter. Oh man.
So, oh my days, this only gets better. So yeah, it turns out it takes up to 24 hours for them to restore my following, my followers, all my tweets, and all that jazz.
Yeah.
However, if I log into TweetDeck, like I occasionally get like flashes of my Twitter feed.
Okay.
Right? So for a split second, I'm like, oh, my Twitter's back, and then it stops working, and I'm like, oh, it's not back. And like I'm live tweeting this as this is happening because I can tweet again, which is great. And I'd checked and like people could see my tweets, but I couldn't see other people's. But notifications worked. So someone replied to a tweet, I'd get the reply.
Oh mate.
So I'm.
It feels like the Twitter version of Inception, the movie.
Yeah,
like
that's basically what it was. It was a tweet with. I even said, I was like, if you need me on Twitter, you have to reply to one of my tweets. I'm not going to hear you otherwise.
Oh mate, I'm suffering at you.
And so what happened is at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go full meta. So. So I'm tweeting like, good news, I can now see tweets thanks to TweetDeck. Bad news, I can't see tweets anywhere else. And then it like you can, if you like follow my tweet stream, it goes from me being pretty normal to me like clearly going insane. Like it then goes like, have you ever stared at a wall/ceiling and thought about our insignificance as human beings? Like the universe goes on no matter whether or not we're here to experience it. And you know, ceilings and floors are just horizontal walls.
Oh mate.
and then just to really up the ante, I'm like, since I can't see anyone else's tweets aside from notifications to replies. Excuse me as I do my best impression at what I assume is my Twitter feed right now. And this was gold.
Oh man, sorry. There
were the likes of like, I did like a fake like TechCrunch /iMore/ any other tech site. What you'll see at WWDC 2018. It's the iPhone SA2. And then
oh man.
My personal favorite tweet though from the entire list. There were a couple. One of them was OnePlus. Our new phone is totally new, we promise, and we won't replace it in the next 6 months.
No, 5. Next 5 months.
And then
6 months if you're lucky.
And then the only one that topped that, in my opinion, and it wasn't even the original tweet that made it funny, it was a follow-up tweet I did. The original tweet was, Apple, come buy our new iPhone 6 SSS, the iPhone 8. And then my personal favorite was the follow-up to that, because I went, side note, 6 with 3 S's, like 6 is just the sound of a snake. Interpret that however you'd like.
Oh, dude. Oh man, that is rich. That is actually.
Oh, there was another good one, which was Linus Tech Tips. What if we make a PC entirely out of RGB LEDs?
I swear, Carl from Bitwit Tech, I still prefer him as Awesome Source Network. I don't like Bitwit. I'm sorry, I love Carl enough to just be honest. I've still not gotten over the fact that the channel name has changed from Awesome Source Network. Like, yeah, but I think he did that. I think he posted a video. I've yet to watch it. He posted a video on it about RGB cables were caught until they broke. So that in itself just kind of made me correlate to what you're talking about with that tweet with let's make a PC out. Archie. Oh man.
Real quickly, Daniel Armstrong in my chat asked LG G6 or S7 Edge?
S7 Edge.
Yeah, from personal experience, S7 Edge.
S7 Edge. LG have unique selling points. They were the first to kind of do the whole full vision display, 18:9 aspect ratios. But the problem with LG, from what a lot of people were saying, is they kind of segmented it a bit weirdly. So like in America, you would get wireless charging, but in UK you didn't. Other regions you get the quad DAC, but then you wouldn't. And then also, you know, the quality control issues that they had for some reason. Yeah, for me personally, the S7 Edge itself just had a bigger battery. Yeah. And even though it's a generation behind technically, because the 820, the Snapdragon 821 was kind of comparable to Samsung's Exynos 8890 at that time, because they were using their own system on a chip. It wasn't all that different in terms of performance. I mean, what would you think? Would it be Samsung S7 Edge, or would that be G6 for you?
For me, also with personal experience, because the S7 Edge was a phone I used for the last 2 years before I got my P20 Pro. I also really appreciated the modding community. Like,
Oh yeah,
you can get. I'm pretty sure you can get the Android P Pater on an S7 Edge right now. Like, if you wanted it.
Oh, okay.
So the fact that, like, even though Samsung don't push updates, I can so easily go in and install a custom ROM.
Yeah.
Like, I only ran Samsung's default thing for like the first couple of weeks I had the phone. Like, the first thing I did was sideload a bunch of ROMs, which voids your warranty, by the way. So take that.
Yeah,
as you
it
will.
does. They don't give you an unlocked bootloader out of the box compared to, like, you know, the older Nexus devices and stuff.
And also, the only other thing is that I know the G6 has USB-C. So if that's a big deal for you, then I suggest that. Otherwise, the S7 Edge, for me at least, even though it has those bigger bezels, top and bottom, it's I don't know. I have, like, mine still downstairs, and I have it as a backup device still. And even up until recently, like, the only issue with using something like Lineage OS is that the camera is lower quality. You can only get up to 1080p, which for a backup phone isn't an issue, and it runs so smoothly that it's ridiculous. So I'd highly suggest that.
Okay, cool. That puts things in perspective. So hopefully that answers your question, Daniel Armstrong. Thank you for joining stream on the SnappyTech channel on your side. Let's go into some of the comments with my side of things.
Yes,
Darren already asked about that. Razik is gone. Let's go work with that. My Project 13 says I want metal. Yeah. Oh goodness. Oh, I don't know if you saw my tweet that went crazy on Twitter.
I
with
did.
The glass
and
back
it's so
my
true.
Note 8. You know, I ended up, well, guys, this is the Note 8. It is fine. Same day service directly from Samsung, install 1 hour repair. So credit to them. It's not just Apple that has great service when you can find a Samsung store. So the Note 8 is fine. The Note 8 is fine. That is actually something I really want to talk about, actually, because that tweet went crazy, and I will explain how that tweet ended up going crazy. And it's not something I was expecting, but I should have not been surprised at the same time that happened. But it really opened up a good amount of conversation to kind of get what people's mindset is on glass phones, because glass phones. Who else is in the comment section? Get in touch to collaborate. Yeah. Tony, definitely. We'll get in touch. Adworth Uni, love your reviews, bro. Love from Dubai. Oh wow, thank you, appreciate you. Thank you for joining the live stream. Paul Grows Clothes, sup Paul? Paul's in the house. What's good? Hope you guys are all well and good. So yeah, again, whoever's listening to the live stream, I am playing a bit of background music. Just let me know if the audio balance between the background music, myself, and George is coming out well. It should be, but I always like to double check and make sure so that things are not overlapping and overshadowing. Yeah, so the beginning of the Tech and Chill show, as many times as stated, doing a live collaboration with George, his story with Twitter. Shout out to the replay crew, man. Make sure you drop a comment in the description once you replay and watch, and just let me know if you find the story is equally as funny as I've been finding it throughout the whole process, waiting for it to come on. So I apologize, George, if I'm laughing at your demise more than I should be, when it shouldn't necessarily have been the case.
Oh no, now that it's over, it's fine. Like I see the funny side. It was just as it was going on, but it was like, oh my god, this is terrible. Like, now that it's fine, I don't care. Like, I've got my account now. Man. Like, whatever. But like, you know, it was one of those things where, like, in the moment you're like, what am I going to do? This is terrible. What? How am I gonna what? Like, when I got the tweet back, I was like, we're gonna now delete your account. I was like, wait, what?
Say what now? Oh mate, it's literally just retweeted everything so everyone else gets it. Yeah, I think now it's over. You're seeing the funny side. I was seeing the funny side of me. So maybe it was a bit too premature for me to be doing that, but I just could not resist. I just could not resist. But yes, that is the Twitter incident, which, oh man, I'm so glad you stated that. But I don't know if I can actually display it on the desktop. No, so yeah, incident happened on my side.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, ask away.
What did you drop it on? Because it has like 5 drop impact
Oh,
points.
dude, this is the juicy part. So obviously that and my Pixel 2, they have 2 phones that I don't have a case for whatever reason, but my S9 Plus and my iPhone 10, which is actually what we're tethering on right now to give you this crispy live stream in full 1080p. And side note, I've got the new A6300 from Sony now, so great autofocus, great 4K, and I'm hopefully looking to pick up a Blackmagic Intensity Pro 4K capture card to actually start live streaming in 4K for you guys. Whether that's going to be relevant to people or not, now 4K is going to be an option for live streaming. It's going to be very soon, but 1080p crispy live streams, 10 up to 1080p, experience the high buffer. But those are the 2 phones I've got cases for, and I don't have for that. Now it's in my pocket, right? I come home from work, I'm on my way to the supermarket, Sainsbury's, to pick up a few things. The phone is in my pocket as it is, and I'm coming out of the car.
Okay.
And coming out of the car, what happens? It's a slippery phone. It slips out of my pocket, and I've got a Whitestone Dome glass screen protector on there, which is a phenomenal screen protector. And I know for a fact if it landed on the front, the glass would have taken the impact and the screen would have been fine.
Yeah.
But how convenient was it that when I heard that cut, literally the impact versus floor to concrete to glass, you could hear it from a country mile. It was like a crack. And there was a moment of just me looking down at the phone thinking, right, you didn't want to land on your face, but you wanted to land on your back. 1. 2, I'm just looking at you right now, hoping that when I pick it up, nothing's happened to it, where Gorilla Glass states, whatever they state, this is not going to crack. And I pick it up and I'm like, it's cracked. And that's when I just got that reminder that this is why there is every single thing wrong with an all glass design phone, right? Glass at the front of your phone for your screen is inevitable. You need it. It's the best material for what we need in terms of, you know, using it as a screen, right?
Yeah.
But the frame and then the rear of the phone for durability and just pure durability is just glass is not, it's not the one. So then it's like my frustration ended up me coining this poem saying that glass is better, they said. It's a premium material, they said. Durable and shatter resistant, they said. Glass is so what we want. Not as good as metal, they said. Much better design, much better for design, they said. FML. So I literally just tweeted that in frustration for people to just see, right? So I can't remember who it was, but someone must have said, hey, it's not a big deal. Just send it to Zach from Jerry Rig Everything. And I'm like, well, that's a bit predictable. I don't know the guy for him to be able to fix my phone. And hey, he breaks and re-puts enough phones together for him not to care about this tweet. Lo and behold, not long ago, he ended up liking that particular tweet. And I was like, oh, crap. He's seen it. So whatever that means. But then what I then realized is now we'll do it. Now, like the old Twitter, for someone else to see your tweet, it needed to be retweeted. But if you're on the stock Twitter app, if someone likes your tweet, your followers will see what tweet you've liked. It's almost the same as retweeting. It's no different, right? And then it ended up just bringing this crazy influx of people where it ended up getting over 600 likes, 61 retweets, and 94 conversation interactions. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to pin this to my profile and just go back and just reference to it later to kind of see where people's mindsets are onto this. So let me just read some of the comments where it says, maybe you should slap a D-brand skin on it. Okay. Slap a D-brand skin and forget about it. So it's almost like an ignorance is bliss solution.
Yeah.
That's one. So I was like, well, it kind of sucks that has to be the solution. Put a D-brand skin on a poorly designed phone that shouldn't end up being in that state in the first place, right?
Also, can I just really quickly say, D-brand as a company are really cool. I'm not being paid to say this.
Oh no, no, no,
like
no,
I
no.
wish.
I love D-Brand.
But no. I have like a story. So basically, I was doing this. I'm not sure if they want me telling this, but we'll see. So I was like applying to this job thing, and one of the things they wanted me to do was to like do a marketing campaign for a company, and like reshape their social media basically. And I was like, you know what, screw it, let's do it for D-Brand. And I like tweeted D-Brand, like at D-Brand. I was like, hey, at D-Brand, if I was to fix your branding, how would I do it?
I can only guess what the response is. Their responses are different.
And they went, start by sending us a DM. I was like, oh, okay. So I shot them over a DM, and I was like, and I like explained what the task was and all that. And they were like, oh, cool. Let us know once you've done it, and we'll happily take a look. And I was like, oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that. So I spend the weekend on the presentation. The presentation's like midday on Monday. Sunday night, I send them the link because they're, you know, Canada based. So I sent them the link, and I'm like, hey, I'd really love it if you could just, you know, take a look at it and let me know what you think. Like, I was expecting like their marketing person to like take a glance at it and be like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I get like, there's a whole chain of DMs here. Let me pull it up real quick.
It's more than what you expected.
It starts off with like I also made like a 5-minute YouTube video of me just like talking through each slide, because like without me, because they were quite bare, so without me talking, like they made no sense.
Yeah.
So I make like a super quick YouTube video just explaining each slide.
Yeah.
And they go, watching it now. I'm like, okay, cool. And then the person replies with, our CEO is going to take a look at it real quick. He's interested. And then they go, hey, can you give editing permissions to CEO at dbrand.com? I'm like, yeah. Their CEO went in and edited my presentation and like fixed it up and everything. He like added in a couple of jokes, like talked about like specific points in the presentation which they liked, and like it was just ridiculous. Oh man,
it's like, oh man, if like you even saying, I love the obviously they do a great job. That's why they get such recognition from so many other, you know, reviewers in the tech community and stuff. And it showed in this thread, you know, the amount of time people just said D-Brand skins, D-Brand skins, D-Brand skins, D-Brand skins. It shouldn't have been a shock to my system, but where my point was coming from is a D-Brand skin is for grip and scratch resistant, right? If I had put the D-Brand skin on before it cracked, there would have been a crack without me knowing. You know what I'm saying? It's like that doesn't fix the problem. Like you can put D-Brand skin on a glass or metal phone, it makes no difference. It's still going to have the same level of protection. My emphasis was that glass as a material for a frame of a phone or at the rear of the phone sucks. And it sucks more because there are companies like your HTCs, your Huawei, your Honor, and also your OnePluses that feel the need to use glass as a alternate material for the sake of design, right? Because yes, they can make it look premium. They can make it look even more shiny. They can have all these shimmery effects. They can do all these crazy things to it, but it's form over actual function. Now, when there is function of something like wireless charging, and one thing that I can state is I have no affiliation with Mr. Super Scientific, Danny Winget, but he did a great comparison video where that video just recently hit 1 million views and he was shouting it out again. And it really brought it back to fruition that your Galaxy Note 8, what people don't realize with the Galaxy Note 8, to charge it from fast wireless, from fast charging with the cable, 0 to 100% takes exactly 1 hour, 40 minutes. To charge it over fast wireless charging takes just an extra hour. It takes 2 hours and 41 minutes. So can you imagine that they've actually made great strides in making wireless charging very accessible to the point where the 3rd generation of wireless charging, I will not be surprised if they're actually able to get it down to exactly 2 hours or slightly under 2 hours, which then will negate the argument that wireless charging it's so slow that it's not worth it, you see. So my argument is, especially for those companies that are just using glass for the sake of design, stop it. Sorry, for me, just stop it. I don't care how nicely shimmery the effect of the twilight color to all. No, glass sucks. And I will only forgive it if you're putting glass and adding some form of level of functionality like wireless charging, because it's actually aiding me to use my phone further. Because you saw it, the shatter points were ridiculous on the back of that Note 8. It was absolutely ridiculous.
It was not a pretty phone. Let me put it that way.
Dude. I just, the thing is, I wasn't bothered in the sense of, oh God, there's what can I do now? I knew I was going to be, that was not the issue, but it was more, there was people like, you should have put a case on it. And I'm just like, dude, I know I should have put a case on it. That's not the point. But my point is, whereas a leather phone from something like a Moto X from the Moto maker back in the days, or a LG G4, or a metal chassis phone like your iPhone 7 even, which is not that old. It was only like a year ago, the iPhone 7, or slightly over a year ago.
Yeah.
That would have been a dink, a minor scratch aesthetically, right? But that's more cosmetic than an actual physical damage to the phone that would have caused any problem, right? So I was just like, glass sucks. I will only forgive glass if I'm getting the functionality out of it, not just for purely aesthetic reasons, because the crackability and the durability sucks. And there is the evidence. My Note 8 looks like an absolute mess, and I can't hold it because it's actually pricking my hand and it's flipping dangerous.
Not only that, but it loses its water resistance.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's the worst part of, like, you know, if it was just broken, I'd be like, you know, whatever. Like,
whatever.
You can live with it, right? It's don't get me wrong, it sucks, but it's you can live with it. But it also loses its water resistance, and that's a real pain.
And this is the argument that I was also having with people, right? That yes, it's great that the glass back for these Galaxy devices are cheap, and I could repair it myself. But the argument again was that the IP rating, if I fix it myself, I can't get the IP rating back. Whereas when you fix it officially with a certified Samsung repairer, whether directly with them or third party, you get your IP68 rating back because they retest it and do the whole process again and reseal it, which is what happened. Luckily, the next day, went to the Samsung store, 1 hour service, they fixed it. Back to, you know, that I wasn't worried that was going to be the case. But I also did an Instagram story about this because it wasn't even just an Instagram story. I don't know if you saw the poll that I did. Was I hear a lot nowadays that not much is a deal breaker, right? There's not really much that is a deal breaker when you're purchasing a. Whoo, shout to El Jefe in the house. El Jefe, my name is Jeff. It's El Jefe, man. Always love that intro, man. So shout out to El Jefe. Sup, Jeff in the house. What's good? Thanks for joining the stream, man. This is gonna get lively. Shout out to El Jefe in the house. What was I even saying? I was saying, yeah. So I did a poll, right? Because there's not much nowadays supposed that ends up being a deal breaker when you're purchasing even a flagship phone, right? So I just put 4 simple categories: no headphone jack, no micro SD card, no wireless charging, no IP68 rating. Now, the 2 that actually came out on top, which was no surprise to me, was no headphone jack and no IP rating. So headphone jack was the top in terms of like, out of like, I think it was like 50 votes, 43% said no headphone jack is a deal breaker. 24% said no IP rating is a deal breaker, right? But then I actually did an Instagram story because it was actually raining thunderstorms, and I wanted to kind of prove a point for what to me was the most important thing that is a deal breaker, which was IP68 rating, because I was actually doing an Instagram story on my iPhone 10 in a ridiculous thunderstorm. I'm talking about ridiculous thunderstorm. You had lightning, you had thunder, but I was using my phone confidently because I knew that it had an IP67 rating on there. And the reason why I said that will be a deal breaker not having that is for 2 reasons. One, I have kids. My kids, I love them, but they've damaged at least 4 of my products because of water, which is beyond repair, right? So that's not something that can ever come back to life. It's cracked screen. It's not. Dust and water damages your products permanently, dead, right? That's one issue. And then secondly, based on that, it means that your investment of something that expensive, right, can be killed off by that one feature. All those other things are not ideal, but you can negate around them, right? Whether you want to live the adapter or the dongle life, whether you want to go Bluetooth, you can negate the headphone jack issue. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. Having a headphone jack is so satisfying. It is. Whether you use Bluetooth or not, there's moments where having a headphone jack is so satisfying. Wireless charging, I can kind of give that up just based on the fact that I'm against glass design phones, right? It is a very nice convenience. I use it regularly every day. It is a nice convenience. Micro SD card as well. It allows for flexibility of how you move your storage around. But again, because the minimum storage on all these flagship phones has now been bumped up to 64 gig, it's not too much of an issue, especially with the fact that cloud storage is so big. But IP68 rating, without that, especially on a flagship phone, right? I genuinely think it's a deal breaker. I genuinely believe it's a deal breaker. You can always say, yes, you can have insurance and everything, but that's not the point. It's the fact that that particular thing can damage your product beyond repair. Not having that kind of protection, it's like my confidence in that flagship product is gone, you know? So you're not wrong in the terms of the crack to it messes up the structural integrity to be able to have the ingress protection, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I went on a tangent a bit, apologies, but it was kind of like a painfully crazy moment there. Vipers in the house, yo. What's glass backs for the sake of glass backs? Yeah, man. Honestly, I still don't like glass backs, but I appreciate the fact that if you're going to add the function of wireless charging, it's aiding me to be able to use my phone longer because I'm actually able to charge it conveniently. And I said in the previous podcast before that I don't actually have a wireless charger at home. I know it sounds like a cliche, but I don't have a wireless charger in my house at all. But the type of job that I do where I'm very mobile, nearly 95% of the locations that I go to all have wireless chargers. So when I'm stationary, I'm always on a wireless charger conveniently. You see, so it makes me forgive my phone that has a glass back if I'm getting that kind of functionality out of it. But all these companies that are doing glass for the sake of glass, nah, sorry. No, I do not agree.
I want to say, when I bought my S7 Edge, I did a review for it, right? And
Yeah.
it was the first proper video review we did. I think someone earlier in the chat mentioned, how do you get devices? I think you replied in the text.
Yeah. So Razik was asking
so
that
I want to
Oh yeah, no. Touch on that. Take over.
Here's why. Like the way we got devices is I just emailed like every single manufacturer whenever they made a device and just was like,
yeah.
Can we have one? Like like some people don't realize, but like when a company puts out a new device, they just have stacks of them like just to send out to reviewers. Now here's the thing. You have to remember that you're not Linus Tech Tips, right?
No.
Nine times out of 10, well, actually, no, 99 times out of 100, they go, yeah, cool, you can have it for 2 weeks, and then you have to send it back. Because what they do is they'll have like 10 devices that they'll send out to like any reviewer who asks.
Yep.
So the first ever company to send me out a phone was actually Huawei.
Cool.
They just announced the Mate, the Huawei Mate S. They had just announced that was the one that had like force touching before. They're like, you know, the one that like beat Apple to the punch by like a week, and then it was of no use to anyone, so it didn't even matter. I can't believe that people still try to justify force touch. Can I just point that out real quick? Like, Greg, if you're listening to this, this is Greg Morris of the Bring Your Own Device podcast. I love you.
Okay.
Like, I love you. You're great and everything. But every time like they mention force touch, I'm like, why did I don't know anyone who actually uses Force Touch.
No one.
Not only that, but like Android has a solution around this. It's called tapping and holding. Like
Long press, baby.
Like yeah, like watch this. Like I don't need Force Touch because I just kind of do this and I get like the options. Like I don't get why. Like it just never made sense to me.
It's technically amazing. The level of pressures. It's technically amazing, but it's pointless. It's like a technically amazingly pointless feature to have, and I agree. I use it, but it's not intuitive. I have to physically remember to use it. Do you get it? It's not an intuitive thing. I don't naturally. I have to remind myself to use it because it's like I want to get my money's worth out of the fact that this has Force Touch. So I need to use it to get my money's worth out of it. That's it. It's not for anything. I'm telling you, most people that buy the iPhone from the success that had the 3D touch pressure display don't even know it's there.
Oh,
they
no,
don't even know it's there.
Like, it's not even that I can be like, oh, it was a smart, like, it's a smart innovation. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there is, like, a context which is actually really good.
Oh, yeah.
But, like,
it's smart.
They're using it as an alternative to, like, tap and hold. I'm like, what? Why?
Why? Why? I don't. And this is where sometimes you have to be honest in the fact that technically I find it amazing. I genuinely do. But it's amazingly stupid. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You know, it's like if you go into the science of it where your screen has layers of pressure sensitivity without it actually cracking when you're applying pressure to it, it's phenomenal. That's like, wow. You could have just done it with a long press. Do you get it? It's like, you know, that is the scenario.
It is the weirdest thing.
Oh, such a weird thing.
They won't even respond to me. Channel too small, reach and engagement too small. Just keep pestering them is all I can say. Like when we got our first device, I think Snappy-Tech had like 150 subscribers. Like it was our first proper video.
Yeah.
Like just keep pestering them. They will almost certainly reply eventually, even if like, 'cause, you know, worst case scenario they say no. Like just keep.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, you know. That what I've seen with, you know, some of the guys is like, it's not always about product reviews. I don't know, personally, it's not always about product reviews, and this is where kind of like, you know, doing the live streams with you coming onto your channel and everything. Sometimes it's about just having a conversation. Like I see guys, you know, you do that. I'm learning to try and do that more with this, you know, this live stream show, and also, you know, trying to bring back, you know, the new segment of the channel as well. It's not always about product reviews. It's also about just bringing your perspective to things, you know, shining light and showing your personality and talking about things, right? You see guys like Viper, he has more time on his hands to be able to check out more daily videos. And most of the time, I've never seen Viper really do a product review per se, you know, not that he doesn't, you know, but he does. But most of the time, he picks on a topic that he talks about that's tech related within the community or something. You discuss it and things kick off, you know. And sometimes taking that approach negates the necessity of I need to have a product to review to be a reviewer or to be part of the tech community, you know. So that's kind of my advice, that strike a different balance. Like for me, as well as, you know, being able to do the Tech and Chill show and everything, I diversify my content with vlogs when I can, and they are relevant and they are tech related to the channel, right? So it's many. Be aware. I mean, shout out to official Mr. Dave West, the young Welshman in the house, as I call him. Shout out to Dave West. So any advice that yeah, go on, sorry, suggestion.
Yeah. Like I made a video, like I just want to emphasize I was like 13 years old when I made this video, and it's now unlisted. I should probably remake it. I made a video when I was literally 13. It's embarrassing as hell. Like I was rewatching it yesterday and I cringed so hard. Like it was so bad.
Yeah.
But I made a video discussing that you don't need the latest and greatest in technology, right? You can survive off a 2-year-old phone. Like it works. Does the job.
Yeah.
When when we started off, what I suggest is just review what you have. If you
Yeah.
happen to, like, you know, even if it is like, you know, your parents having to have a different phone to you, just do that. If you like, just review your laptop. Like, whatever you see lying around, like, you can ask a friend, like, hey, can I borrow your phone for a day? Right? Review that. Like, the original reason we had Paul review stuff on the SnappyTech channel was actually because he just reviewed the stuff he owned. Like, it was like, and, you know, he owned it, so he wrote and hosted the review and everything. Like, because he also enjoyed that part. But, you know, if he hadn't, I'd have been like, hey, can you let me know what you think on the phone? Can I use it for a couple hours? And, you know, the way you do it is like, you know, you also hang out, right? It's like, hey, do you want to come over? Like, we can chill out, play some, you know, play some FIFA while I, like, also mess around with your phone a little and, like, see how I feel about it and get a bit of B-roll. Like, you know, you make it an experience. And something that I'd really love to do, and I have nowhere near the resources to do it, is to have, like, so, you know, do you watch Casey Neistat?
Yeah, I watch Casey.
So you're aware of what he's doing with 368, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I'd love to have that, but specifically for tech. And here's what I imagine. I'd love to have the ability for someone to come in and, like, it's a library, but for technology.
Yeah.
So someone can come in and go, hey, can I have, like, the, you know, the Huawei P20 Pro, and we, like, you know, we loan it out to them for a couple of days and they can go review it and then they, like, bring it back, right? Or if they wanted, like, they can, like, you know, we'd have a studio set up and they can record, like, like, you know, so they have like the space to do it as well. But, like, I don't have the resources, but having the ability to be like that library of, like, come to us and we'll give you the tech that you need. Like, because it is hard to get your hands on, and it is expensive to get your hands on.
It is.
I just want to say, I can't not ignore this. Dave West just put in chat, Ben, what's up with the porn music?
It's chill hop, and you know better than that. You should know better. Behave yourself. Don't be the troll tonight. Usually, the resident troll of the Tech and Chill show is actually concepts creator. So for whatever reason, he's not found his way into the live stream just yet. But concepts creator is the resident troll of the comment section. So Dave West is trying to take that into his own hands for whatever reason. So best behave yourself, Dave. I know where you live. Well, I don't, but I could find out where you live. Seeing as Google is very, you know, displaced for our privacy as well. Hopefully the background music on my side of the channel is clear and it's not overshadowing me and George. It's meant to just supplement and kind of make it a bit more engaging for you guys to, you know, watch through. Again, thank you to all the new people that have come into the live stream show. This is today and this week's episode of the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged, where we stay unplugged, we talk about tech, we chill, we engage with the audience, and we are doing a live collab with George from Snappy-Tech. And this is not the first time that me and George have linked up. I've been on this channel many times as a special guest, but this will be the first time my lover of tech family, Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, will be seeing George for the first time. And we are celebrating a great milestone on the Snappy-Tech family with 200,000 views and over. Next milestone, we'll be able to get them over to 1,000 subscribers and above. So make sure that you hit the links in the description below. Follow the social medias for the Snappy-Tech family, as well as making sure that when you go over the channel, you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you are part of the community and you do not miss any new content that is over there. So apart from that,
just
man,
me, or are your compliments getting longer every time you shout out my YouTube channel? Like, I think it might just be me. Like,
it might just be you. It might just be you.
Like, you get like halfway through, I'm like, surely he's run out of compliments here. He can't say more nice things, can he?
Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let's check out what El Jefe is saying. I've done that on 2 occasions. I needed an iPhone for testing. I then let the owner of said iPhone keep the products win-win. Yeah, Brock is the chill hop master. Yeah. Brock, you've been missing out. I'll be playing a bit of Brock. I played a bit of Brock before. He keeps trying to smooth talk me. Sounds perfect. Thank you, Joseph, for the feedback. Lover of tech, the 8 in the IP is representing that it can be submerged. No, the 8 represents the time, the depth. So it's 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. The 7 represents a meter for 30 minutes. You see, but it's still water resistant. It's the 6 in front of the 8 that represents that it's completely dust proof. So they've certified it to be dust proof, but not waterproof. You see, so a product for it to be near enough waterproof needs something like what is on the Gear Sport, which is actually 5 atm, 5 atmospheric pressure. So that is what is actually classed as swim proof. But again, so, you know, swim resistant. So that is more of a waterproof product. But again, there is a compromise on having to go 5 atm because you don't have a microphone or speaker on this device because it's kind of hard to kind of measure that. It's still water resistant. It's not waterproof. You still do suffer the risk of submersion and damage, but it's less likely compared to what OnePlus calls us. It's everyday splash resistant. Yeah, you were so on a tight budget, you could even get an IP53 rating. Good luck.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
there's a website called like theenclosurecompany.com, and they have like an explanation for IP ratings. And yeah, that first digit is just dust and the second digit is just moisture. I can't wait to see the first IP79 phone. Like, I think that'd be hilarious. Like, if someone just like, if it was, I feel like it'd be an Apple device, because I feel like they just make it like a glass, like one single piece of glass, so there's nowhere for the water to ingress. Like,
you see, I'm in the camp where, you know, where there's things, the thing. I am like IP68 order things. Make all the electronic products that we use water and weather sealed. That is my dream. I wake up to a dream of my keyboard not being damaged by water, my camera not being damaged by water, my micro, like just everything somehow just magically is waterproof, water resistant, and dust proof. Like, I dream of that day. That is my dream. That's my tech dream, where it's like I'm in a dream within a dream and an inception, throwing water on all my gadgets for the sake of it, throwing it in the water just for the bands, and just take it out and say, look, it still works. That is my dream. I want to live that dream. It's terrifying, but I want to live that cringy dream. So back to finalizing it based on the second topic of why I flipping hate glass phones. Whoever tweeted Zach from Jerry Rig Everything caused that tweet to just go crazy. And yeah, that tweet really brought a conversation, and I might actually do a standalone video on that and kind of just share my, you know, feelings on glass and why I just really do not agree with it as a frame material for any premium flagship phone. And it doesn't make sense to me, because sometimes what ends up happening, the more budget orientated phones use metal and other materials that are more durable than glass.
Yeah, you know? That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah. So that's kind of the life and the dilemma that we're living in right now. We have a super chat. Oh wow, Smash Gaming.
I replied to it.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Here, get yourself some Tic Tacs. What the hell?
I think that's his way of saying he can smell your breath through the YouTube stream or something. I don't know.
Oh man, I'm finished. Thank you. Thank you for the $2 for the Tic Tacs. I'll take that. I'll take that. Dave West, oh come on, Ben, not this again. We've talked about this. No, it needed to be discussed today, Dave, because that tweet really caught traction. So as well as George's funny incident with Twitter, this was an incident with myself that kind of had to be discussed. And glass on a premium flagship phone without wireless charging is a no. Do not be that company. Any new company, do not be that company. Listen to me, don't. Yeah. Davis digging the tune. Of course, this is Blue Wednesday, Brock Berrigan remix. So I hope you're digging the tunes. What else did we have to discuss? We've gone an hour and 20 minutes into the stream.
Yeah,
what else did we
I think
have
we
to
should
discuss?
call it soon. However, because I know A, you didn't want to be live long, and B, we started quite late anyway. So
Yeah.
Um,
But Worldwide Developer Conference, WWDC.
oh yeah, before we do that,
If I remember right.
really quickly, I just want to mention this in passing because I knew it was
Yeah.
happening and I've been waiting for it to be confirmed. And I believe the press release came out 7 minutes ago.
Okay.
Microsoft has officially bought GitHub.
They bought which company?
GitHub. You know, the like
GitHub.
Yeah. Like, I think I just saw a tweet. I should have credit to the right person. I think it was Swift.
Okay.
I think it was Swift on Security who said it.
All right. Send it to my Twitter DM.
Let me. Like the way that Swift on Security phrased it was the thing that like. This is a tweet from 2 years ago. Like they just went in and like retweeted it today because it's, you know, it's topical now. But this person tweeted like 2 years ago saying, "You realize GitHub is just SharePoint for developers, right?" Like, that is literally what it is. So Microsoft buying GitHub is like almost not news. Like, like there isn't really much to discuss. They're like, oh yeah, you know, GitHub is basically already what Microsoft does. I sent you a tweet. But yeah. Oh, it's set to be announced tomorrow. Whoops. That's the thing that's happening.
Cool.
But yeah,
you realize GitHub is the SharePoint. Okay, yeah, I see.
But yeah, GitHub is saying that actually I have a GitHub sticker on my laptop, which I have with me. Hang on. Have you seen my laptop lately?
I think I saw the back. What, the Acer laptop, right? That made
the Chromebook.
The Chrome. Yeah. Also, the Acer is that the one that was with the meme messages?
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah. Yeah, I have seen that.
So this is from wrong slide. This is from GitHub.
Yeah.
This is from GitLab, which is actually a GitHub competitor.
Yeah.
And then we have wrong slide. Slack again.
Slack, yeah.
Snappy.
I love Rode microphones.
This one's actually wood. This is actually really good.
Oh, it's genuine. Okay.
Yeah, that's actual wood. And then this one, I just want to mention. I just want to put this out there. I spent like £900 on Rode microphones in the last year and a half. And
I don't blame you.
And they only just gave me that sticker. So.
Yeah, I mean, my condenser microphone is the Rode NT1-A, and I love the fact that it's in the wrong mixer, and that mixer doesn't actually provide a 48-volt phantom power to it, and it still sounds good. It's testament to it. Yes, I need a new mixer that's going to be able to do that properly, but this microphone is great for live shows, voiceovers, and I really want to get the NTG4 shotgun microphone, the XLR version. I really want to get that, because my old XLR shotgun microphone broke. And as much as I've got a Saramonic wireless lav, I really want to get the Rode Filmmaker. That particular Filmmaker is really brilliant.
I need the because I think you're no, you won't be, because I have the Rode Newsmaker. I think that's what it's called. Because they have. So
is that the Procaster?
This is actually the Podcaster.
The Podcaster, okay.
Which the only difference is A, it's white, and B, it's over USB. Everything else is actually identical.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm using the Rode Podcaster. But let me check what it's actually called, because I have a box for it right here. Hang on. Oh, News Shooter, not Newsmaker. Hang on. It's called the News Shooter kit, not the Newsmaker kit. So they have the Filmmaker kit, which is the wireless lav. And then they have the News Shooter kit, which is a wireless XLR handheld mic.
Yeah.
So we have this, which means that I already have the receiver. So I don't need a second receiver from buying like a second kit.
Okay, cool.
Because I have this is the TX XLR, which is the bit that's right. So what I need is the TX. I forget what it's called. LA. I think it might be called the TX Lav, the TX LAV.
Yeah.
Because I already have the receiver. Like I already have this. This bit.
Yes, that's the one. That like
so good.
Yeah,
so good.
It's like you just don't realize how my actual favorite microphone setup is actually lavalier microphones, because fun fact, when I'm vlogging.
Yeah.
By popular opinion, most people use shotgun microphones.
Mm-hmm.
And shotgun microphones are actually more convenient, and they don't necessarily power, give or take which model that you actually purchase. But I actually do not like shotgun microphones because they are not omnidirectional. It's just a one-directional audio pickup, right? And I don't like it. I've actually found that as much as using a lavalier mic is more of a pain, the fact that the audio, the principle is the closer the microphone is to you, the better the audio pickup is going to be. The fact that it's discreet and it's actually always close. I love lavalier mic systems, right? I really do. And that whole receiver system with Rode is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's worth the investment. And audio as well as lighting, those are kind of like the two hidden gems that are great production.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are the two things that matter most.
Those are the two things that really matter the most. You'd be surprised that if with good lighting, if you light it properly and you make sure that your audio externally is high quality, most people will not realize. Most people will not realize. They just wouldn't. They just wouldn't, you know. So 100%, 100%.
What I will say is it's a lot like a costume designer.
Yeah.
Like or like CGI. Great costume design or great CGI is something that no one will notice. The moment someone is talking about it, that's when you know you've screwed up. And it's the same with lighting and audio. The moment someone is even if they're like, this audio was a bit off, then you have screwed up massively.
Yes. Like you honestly couldn't have said it any better. You couldn't have said it any better. So I'm not surprised. I think even £900 on audio, that's kind of cheap because you're trying to cover every ground. You're covering your dynamic trade shows. You're covering your I know. I'm in that same backlog.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 Rode microphones, and then
really,
plus the kit. Like that kit is like £400
Yeah,
like that's more expensive than any of the microphones we have.
Yeah,
but it's totally worth it. I'd highly suggest it for anyone.
Oh, 100%. Like audio. Honestly, good audio is so invaluable. Good audio is so invaluable. It's like I cannot disagree.
This is actually my favorite microphone that Rode make.
Which one? The micro video micro?
No, it's the Video Mic Me.
Oh, the Mic Me, is that the one that plugs into the smart?
Yeah. The one that plugs right into the headphone jack. All right.
Yeah. Well, if your phone has a headphone jack and you don't need.
Luckily, I have this works. It's terrible. It's so bad. It's so bad.
That's what she did.
That's
such a TWSS moment. That's what she said. Oh man.
The worst.
Man.
It also relies on the headphone jack to attach to the phone, so I can't even attach it to the phone anymore. But you know, it is what it is, I guess.
This next track is for you, Dave, so that you don't unsubscribe from me. This track had to come in for you. But
yeah, the actual quality of a mic, and when I had a phone with a headphone jacks up until a month ago, this was actually the microphone I used most, because I'd have it linked into my phone, and then I could you'd be surprised with this a smartphone and the what's it called, the snopper.
The gimbal. The snopper gimbal.
Yeah. That with my phone and this microphone made ridiculously high quality videos.
Oh, mate. Audio product. You know when people say gear doesn't matter when you're starting out, it's true, but I disagree with two aspects of that: audio and lighting. Even if you're going to use your smartphone and you're going to use your selfie video camera so you can see yourself in terms of framing, right? Lighting is so cheap now.
Mm-hmm.
Good lighting is so cheap now And good audio is so cheap to invest in now that I just don't find it excusable not to do those things, those two things properly. You know, even if it's a basic smart lav that attaches to your smartphone and you're using that as a means of external audio to be able to record properly, and you just get like, look at our newer light. Our newer light literally cost a couple of meals. Right?
Yeah, they're 18 quid. I'm looking at it right now.
Come on, you know, and it's
on top of that, I have a couple of large soft boxes, which is
yeah,
used for like actual video recording.
Exactly.
2 of those are £44.
Exactly.
Like, they're actually like, you can get, so for 50 quid, you can have like a great video setup.
A great video setup, a fantastic video setup. But that's what I'm using right now, you know, because it makes all the difference. It legitly makes all the difference. So yeah, audio. That's a great investment in audio. And I mean, I do get to that level, but it's like you chewing down the elephant bit by bit as you go. So it's one of those.
Yeah, that wasn't all spent in one go. I will say that.
No,
that would concern me.
No. So I'm in a situation right now where I'm actually really happy with this current purchase. So I've purchased the Sony a6300, and it's a mirrorless APS-C camera, which has great 4K. And the main thing was to have great autofocus, which was such a problem with my Lumix G7. So I'm glad that's fixed. But one of the benefits of this is it does external 4K recording via capture card. So I definitely want to be able to get the Blackmagic Intensity Pro 4K capture card and start live streaming in 4K. But the benefit is it behaves like a smartphone. It charges over USB and you can transfer your data off USB. Ooh. It is so useful. I cannot stress how, like, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Right? You know, right now with this live stream, my Nikon DSLR, as great as a workhorse as it is, as my first use, great for photography, decent for video, at least decent. The battery would have cut. I would have had to do like a Formula One pit stop change of taking the battery out, putting the battery in.
We actually did that in the last podcast.
Yeah, in every podcast, mate. Every podcast we've been doing that. So the fact that I've literally just got it attached to my power bank and it's just powering it and it's going through, wow, you know, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And everything obviously about a shadow of a doubt, which is a great investment to have. Loving the plug and play nature of it. Definitely not sponsored by Elgato, but I'm just like, yeah, it makes it all worth the while. Makes it all worth the while. Worldwide Developer Conference, WWDC. Yes. What are your expectations? If you can drop a couple of 2 cents.
The iPhone SE DOS.
The iPhone SE, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. I should probably give context to that joke.
Yeah, give it.
Of course.
Yes. Oh, kill me again.
So I tweeted this earlier today. But up until like the age of 14, I was always convinced that the word essay was just the letters SA.
Oh, okay.
Because the entire word is redundant apart from the letters S and A. And on top of that, the letter S turns up twice. Like, why? Why are there 2 S's in that word? Like, so and when I saw SE, it reminded me of SA. And then on top of that, I think it was, I forget who it is. I think it might have been Jax Films who did like an iPhone SE parody, and they and he referred it to as the iPhone Say.
Say.
Yeah, the iPhone Say. So I've been calling it the iPhone Essay ever since.
Well, obviously the Worldwide Developer Conference within its name it's for the Apple developers that use their SDKs and their sandbox. And Dave West, this is SnappyTech, your channel's called subbed, and Professor X is on the channel. How did I not know about this? Yeah. What's Professor? It's Emily, right?
Yeah, Emily.
Yeah, Emily's fantastic. She's got a Twitch channel and she does great streams. From time to time, I do jump there. I am definitely planning on using the power of Restream.io to be able to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I just need to figure out the kinks of Twitch as a platform because I've not really dabbled there as much as possible. But yes, Dave, thank you for joining the SnappyTech community. They have gotten a great milestone of 200,000 views and over, and we want to get them over to cases above. They do a great job there. But yeah, iPhone SE, iPhone SE.
Yeah, iPhone SE too.
So, I mean, it's not usually a hardware conference, right? They usually have 2 hardware conferences in a year, one nearer to the beginning, and then your WWDC is definitely to showcase what iOS 12 or the next version of iOS or Mac OS is going to bring to the table, or even TV OS or Watch OS for their Apple Watches. And then you have the hardware, you know, conference releases in September, usually the first or second week of September for their new iPhone lineup. But obviously, because the iPhone SE, the special edition, where the, you know, that's what is dubbed as the special edition, is actually a phone that was released 2 years ago. Can you imagine? You know, it's almost weird to say that a phone is 2 years old.
Remarkably tiny.
Yes.
Yes. Like, it is like, I had an S3 back when that, like, the iPhone 5 first came out. I remember my dad giving me this look of like, why the hell do you want a phone that big? When I had the S3, right? He now has an iPhone 10. Like, how do you think he feels now?
Yeah, I know, right? The progressive change in terms of phone handling and size is absolutely just wow, mind blown, absolutely mind blown. But yeah, definitely the iPhone SE. Obviously Intel with their biggest CPU lineup in mobile that they've actually done in a long while with their Coffee Lake i5, 7, and i9s, the ones that actually have a ridiculously high clock speed and quarter thread count for a laptop, where they can actually top out at 5 gigahertz or 4.8 gigahertz with 6 cores and 12 threads. That is supposedly meant to be a refresh that is coming internally to their MacBook Pro lineup. I still would like to see a 17-inch MacBook Pro come back, like the old school ones, the really big ones for production. That's my opinion personally. You know, obviously 15 inch is a nice middle, but you know, I kind of still wish they had you know, they had a 17-inch one, right? But an internal refresh. I don't know if the RAM is going to get an increase to 32 gigs, because I honestly think 16 gigabytes is almost a bit too small for a Pro device, IMO, in my opinion. But the iPhone SE is a definitely interesting product in terms of it being released. And it's a kind of like a middle ground where we're not too sure if it's going to be released, but we're kind of sure enough that it's going to be released. You see, so that'll be a very interesting way to see, and what Apple are going to do different to it. You know, it looks like that, I don't know, the leaks on that are not as solid as some of the other leaks that have happened previously with some of the other phones. I don't know if you would agree or disagree with that.
Yeah, I think all all iPhone leaks have been a bit dodgy, for lack of a better term. And then on top of that, apparently no other hardware is being announced. And it'll be interesting. There's a lot of conflicting information, which isn't usually around like the day before an event.
Yeah,
like usually the day before we already know for certain.
Yeah,
but I know for a fact they're gonna have iOS 12 and macOS 10.14.
Yeah, it's my biggest one of, not my biggest, but two things that definitely I need Apple to sort out for me when they bring out iOS 12 is they really need to fix their RAM management.
Is it also
RAM management
Force Touch by any chance?
Yeah. Oh man. RAM management is not a thing that I would ever associate with an iOS product, ever. That's not something you ever talk about an iOS product, ever. iOS 11 has been that product that has been really heavy on RAM management. And it is so frustrating that the cost of this iPhone 10, right, it is so aggressive in how it handles apps.
Right.
Like my Twitter app reloads so often, but yet it's the main app I'm using. It's not a dormant app that is in the background that I went to ages ago. It is my main app that I'm switching between Twitter, Instagram, Snap, or whatever. It's cohesively between those. They are at the forefront. Why are they being aggressively closed? One, definitely the notification system. Apple, get with the friggin' times. Sorry to say this, pardon my French. Come on, man. Come on. The notification system is atrocious. Oh, damn. Shout out to the creative kid in the house, CKID. What's good, bro? Illinois finest. Just sliding in through to say what's up. What's up, bro? What's up? What's up, creative kid in the house? Anyone else jumped into the SnappyTech stream?
No, it's been relatively quiet on my end.
But it's going to be the replay crew. Remember, any your 100,000 subscribers, no, 200,000 views. Sorry, we want it to be 200,000. Can you imagine? We want that, but a great milestone, 200,000 views collectively on the channel for SnappyTech and George. And definitely go join the community, subscribe, and we'll be seeing many more collaborations and live shows and podcasts there. Link in the description to their channel as well as their social media handles. Follow them, disturb them, join the community there as well. All my Team TLS Tech Lover Squad members and subscribers to the Lover of Tech channel, definitely, man, get over there. Make it happen, make it happen.
Can I take a quick second to discuss why we hit 200,000 views?
Yes, please.
Because if you look at the graph, there's a very clear, like
correlation.
I've been sharing the table. Like I've been sharing screenshots every time, like we've gotten closer. Thank you for congratulations, C-Kid, by the way. But like if you look at it, let me just bring it up on my stream so people can see this. Like there's a very clear moment where it goes from, like, I think we averaged like 100 views a day or something like that. Let me double check what that number is. Yeah, we'd average about 200 views a day to since the 12th of May. So for the last almost a month now, we've been averaging about 500 views a day. Like awesome. Like it doubled. And the reason is, let me just share the screen with my display on. So if you're watching this on the SnappyTech stream, you can see the table right now. Yes. Like you can see the exact moment it jumps. The exact reason that happened is actually because of a company called Oitum, OITTM. I'm familiar with Oitum. They make a smart mosquito killer, which they sent out to us like a year ago, almost exactly a year ago. Yeah. And a couple of days before that happened, they reached out to me again and said, "Hey, by the way, we've released a new version. We've sent it your way. Just, make a video again." And I was like, "Oh yeah, cool, thanks." Cool. I could rock with that. Yeah. So I make a video on that, and then all of a sudden, I'm getting a bunch of click-throughs on both of those videos. Yeah. Like, clearly, like, Oitum have started their media machine, and they're, like, pushing a bunch of these videos. Because, like, I've been looking at, like, my most viewed video of the last week, or for the last few weeks now, and it's always been that smart mosquito killer. Okay. Like, and it's like the old one, even, like, not even the new one. Like, it goes not even a new one. Yeah. It's gone from, like, getting, I can see it here, like, it got 0 views on the 2nd of May, right? Yeah. And then, like, 13 views on the 4th of May. And then on the 12th of May, it got 517 views. Like, clearly something happened here. Now, which is awesome. And, it's a YouTube, as bad as things are going for them, it is still fundamentally a great platform. And yes, when the algorithm catches you on that surf wave, it can really benefit. And it's a great milestone to achieve. It's not an easy one to achieve. There's real life demands and stuff. So finding time to make sure that your content is always regular and getting traction and searchable and worthwhile watching, it's not an easy feat to pull off. Sometimes it feels like it's a bit of luck and magic, so seriously, big congrats. And I absolutely want the best for your channel.
it's been great just kind of like, you know, liaising with you, talking with you, being on conversations and stuff. And yeah, we want more of that. We absolutely want more of that. And definitely want the next milestone celebration to be we've hit 1,000 subscribers and over. We want that.
Yeah.
And it makes all the difference to making sure that, you know, brand recognition is also there, and then just, you know, getting the platform out for you guys to be able to share out. So no, we you know, I definitely wanted to come together and do that. And yeah, just the organic nature of the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged. Shout out to the replay crew that watched this. Again, let me know if the topics were good enough, which I definitely thought they were.
Yeah, Benjamin clearly enjoyed the Twitter topic.
So, the Twitter topic, if you go over to George's channel, says it where Twitter deleted this account.
I might actually take out that segment and post that separately as a highlight, because I think that might be something that people genuinely enjoy.
You so need to, for the sake of it.
Also, I just want to say, if all of our viewers were a country, we'd actually come in at number 188.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Like, the entire population of Samoa could watch, like, a video once, and they still wouldn't be as many views as the SnappyTech channel has currently.
Love it. And it's perspective. When you think about a perspective, it's an amazing feat to think of. It's crazy. I mean, like, you just told me that the channel for mine just hit over 250,000 views, and that in itself just like, wow, you know, it's crazy. So it's not an easy feat to pull off. So no, big congrats. It says, I found doing an hour of B-roll every day has really helped me to be more efficient come Fridays when it comes to fun. Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. It's all about just finding what will help your efficiency flow to make sure that your channel engagement and your audience know that you're there. And accidentally, it has been live stream shows, but just making sure that live stream shows are of, you know, a good quality to the standard that I would want. And so far, I'm enjoying the creative process, and it's been a big help in terms of just helping me get there. And I remember when he went to Georgia, when he was like, this stream is in 4K. I was like, you can actually do that? From then, it's like, I need this in my life. I need to figure out when I'm going to be able to do this. I don't know when, but I'm just such a sucker for good picture quality and image quality and production value. And I love 4K, as most people know. So
I have to say, the only people I've seen stream 4K, apart from me when we did the podcast, was BT Sport when they did the Champions League final.
Really?
Yeah. They streamed that in 4K on YouTube.
Which makes sense. Sense, because obviously they provide UHD 4K in 50. I think it's 50 or 60 frames a second.
It's 50. But I can imagine, like, there's like a page of like 4K live streams. There's like BT Sport, me, and no one else.
Oh man, no. I'm so yeah. So that is definitely something that has to happen. Today's stream is definitely powered by my new camera, the A6300, which has been an absolute beast. Loved it. It's been an absolute beast. And the Elgato Cam Link, which is, oh man, absolutely worth the investment. Honestly, it's absolutely worth the investment. It's been great. It's been great. I think this is pretty much it for the live stream. With this, you know, we've kind of almost hit 2 hours, which is exactly what it be. So George, congratulations to you and the SnappyTech family for the great milestone that you've hit. Thank you for this live stream and making it the most entertaining one that I've done out of all of them. Honestly,
well, I'm glad you can laugh at me, Benjamin.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Congrats on the live stream. Thank you all that have actually joined the supported. And this format for the live stream is awesome. No, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Dave. And you need to hash it out. we are so gonna hash it out when you come as a special guest, because it needs to happen. So you need to be a special guest on there. I really appreciate everyone's engagement and just wanting to be part of the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged conversation. And I'll definitely say be part of the conversation with the SnappyTech podcast news as well, because they really bring great conversations to the table. I really appreciate the engagement from the audience and everyone that wants to actually be part of you know, the special guest series. And yeah, I actually want to do a tech roundtable soon where I will be having, you know, 3 people or more on the channel that we can just, you know, sit and just kind of bring different ideas and talk and have tech. So definitely more people to come, and more of the collaborations that also definitely happen. And as you've noticed, that I'm a sucker for background music, so I like to make that a different element and add background music to my videos and my live streams as well. So I hope you guys appreciate it, to kind of make it more engaging as well. And yeah, it's been fantastic. George, thank you again. Thank you again. Anything that you want to say to sign out while you go, as I will close out the podcast on my side later to my audience and to yours?
2 things. First of all, go watch my latest actual video that isn't the fit. It is hilarious. It was so much fun to make. I literally just read a bunch of hate comments, and it was great. Like, just go watch it. You need to watch it to understand why it's hilarious. It was my favorite video to make in quite a while. I made sure to, like, because there are a couple of friends of the show that are in it, so I made sure to send it to them as well, just to, like, get their opinion. It's the first time I've made a video and was, like, quite self-conscious about it, because like, whenever I make a tech video, I know what I'm doing, right? Like, I get the facts accurate and I know how to shoot tech. But this is like one of those things where I was like just reading comments to a screen, and I was like, how do I make this entertaining? So I made sure to send it to a bunch of people to give it a look. However, if you are listening to this podcast on your favorite podcatcher via snpy.tech/podcast, make sure you check out the show notes or the description if you're watching this on demand, because that's where the most of the views for this come from. They are on demand. So check out the show notes or the description, and go give a subscription to Benjamin Abawaji, Lover of Tech BA. Is your YouTube channel just Lover of Tech? I can't remember.
Yeah, so just you know, www.youtube.com/Lover of Tech, all as one words, and all the links are in the description. And
so go do that. You've been a great recurring guest on the SnappyTech podcast, and it's always a pleasure talking to you. It's always a lot of fun, even if you're laughing at me for my Twitter issues.
Which I apologize dearly. But yeah, we will be signing out. Again, thank you all for tuning in. George, I'll be signing you out.
Yes. Right.
And
so usually when I'm signing off a stream, I'm like, I hit end stream and it's done. But it's happening on 2 places, and I'm not sure what's about to happen. So I'm going to end the stream. Bye, guys.